One of the perks since moving to Hong Kong is the amount of traveling I can do on weekends. Exploring a new city in under 2 days may sound unrealistic, but if you're a hyper planner like me, all you need is a spreadsheet and a fierce desire to tick off all the boxes. This is exactly what I did in my 24 hours in Tokyo. I started the morning at Tsukiji Fish Market. You would have heard by now from friends of friends who queued up at 3 a.m. to see the much-hyped tuna auctions. This is the place. Even though the tuna was long gone, it was still a sensory overload seeing and smelling all the fresh catches of the day, as well as trying out the famous street tamago. My next stop was Asakusa, where the main attraction is the Buddhist temple, Sensoji, and the surrounding Nakamise shopping street that sells heaps of snacks. One of my favorites was the fried manju, which is a deep-fried tempura dumpling filled with sweet custard. A funny thing I noticed amongst the locals before they entered the temple was that they'll wave their hands around in the incense smoke towards their faces. Turns out this is customary to ward off illnesses before entering to say their prayers. As I was hunting down a place for lunch, I came across Nami Kiowa soba, which is in an inconspicuous wooden hut, but the long queue out front gave it away. Sitting on a traditional tatami mat, I got to enjoy the handmade buckwheat noodles with the famous dipping sauce. After finally hopping onto the correct Yamanote line on the subway, I found myself in colourful Harajuku. I visited Takashita Street, which is where all the trendy teenagers go. It's also where you'll find Meiji Shrine, one of Tokyo's most famous shrines, where you can write your wish on a wooden plaque called Emma. I then made a quick detour to the upscale neighborhood Daikanyama to visit Ivy Place, which I've heard rave reviews about, especially with their short stack. By this stage, I had clocked 12 hours already, but I decided to finish the night in Shibuya, which is a vortex of neon lights, street performers, and that street intersection famously known as the Scramble. Needless to say, seeing Tokyo in one day isn't for everyone, but if you want to cover a lot of ground to tick off some key sites, and you'll know you'll go back again, then go ahead. Just wear comfy shoes, be curious, and bring a big appetite.